Hello everyone, welcome to Uncle Matt's Workbench. I wanted to share some flea market finds that I've acquired the past couple of weekends. There's a weekly flea market that happens in my town that I go to pretty much every weekend. I don't find a lot there, it's pretty small, but I do get some good things once in a while. And then there's one that happens about 30 minutes away from me that happens once a month, and that's usually a hot spot, and I was there today and got some good stuff. But let's start with these two Chewbaccas that I have in front of the camera right now. I have the most recent vintage collection Chewbacca already, but his mouth is permanently open, which is good for some scenes, but this one here has got his mouth closed, so that'll be good for others. And I grabbed this one because this is the one with the chain. I have not done a Jabba's Palace scene yet, but I do intend to do that in the near future. Sorry for my lighting here. I'm just, I'm not a professional photographer by any means, and I'm in my basement. The lighting's not so great. So yeah, in the future I intend to do a Jabba's Palace scene, and that's what this Chewbacca's for. I suppose I could just use this one and put a chain on it, but these came out of a $2 bin, so why not grab them? And let's see what I got next here. I have a Bosk. I think this is Power of the Force 2 Bosk. It's a pretty decent figure, but I've got my heart set on a vintage collection Bosk I'll find eventually to use as my Bosk. But this one I grabbed solely for customs. I'm going to use the costume on here, the main body, for a Cantina patron, and I may just use the head for another custom. But yeah, this guy I think also I got from the same $2 bin on a different day. And again, another $2 figure is a Power of the Force 2 Sand Trooper. I don't like these stormtroopers particularly, but I bought this one because I want that pauldron. I want to put that on a nicer stormtrooper and make a sand trooper out of him. Let's see what else I got. I think this is a saga series, I'm not sure, or original trilogy series, Goranin. I've got the Power of the Force 2 Goranin, but this one is much nicer, and I got him complete. I think I paid like $8 for this one. Yeah, he's got his stand, he's got the tiny little communicator there that's very easy to lose, and he's even got his gun in his holster, his cape. He's complete. I think so. I think he's complete. What else did I get? Let's see. I got myself a vintage Kenner mini rig. I don't know what the mini rigs are called. Like their number designations, they all have some weird, like MRT3 whatever. I don't know what it is. But when I was a kid, I didn't have any of these. I always thought they were cool though, but I didn't pick up just this one. But when I did get this one, I think I got it for like $5. A dude threw in a driver. Look at that, vintage Kenner ATST pilot. I think he goes well with that. And one of the other flea markets the previous week, I picked up another Kenner mini rig. Again, I don't know what this one's called, but it's pretty cool. I'm thinking about making a custom out of this one. I mean, when I look at this, I imagine, you know, I imagine a Jawa coming into, you know, like a wreckage site and sitting down with this thing and loading it up with some junk. And I think I might do something along those lines. See, these guys need to move back a little bit. Ooh, he's not going to stand. And another vintage Kenner mini rig. This one is obviously missing that dome, but I actually have had this one sitting in my pseudo Hoth diorama. I've had this one for a little longer than the others, but I figured I'd show them all off at once. Oh, Bosk needs a stand too. Made a little mess on my table, so I decided to cover it up with this cardboard, this white cardboard. It's not quite working out how I intended, but you know, that's not even the best of what I have found lately. I haven't had any big scores at flea markets lately, just little scores here and there, just a handful. But this was a pretty nice one. A carded Power of the Jedi Loris Matic. I already have this figure and I have them in my cantina, but I got this one really cheap, and I figure I'm going to use this to make a custom of the other Duros character that's in the Mos Eisley cantina. I can't think of his name right at the moment, but yeah, he's intended for use in a custom. Let's stick him back here. And I have another carded Star Wars figure here. This is one that's somewhat rare. I've never seen this figure loose anywhere, which is how I intended to. I figured if I ever got this figure, it'd be because I found it loose in, you know, a $2 bin or something. But look at that. I have no idea how to say her name. But Dal Gargan, Yarna Dal Gargan, however you say that. Another one that's going to go into Jabba's Palace diorama when I get around to doing that. I didn't get this for $2 or $5. I paid a little bit more for it, but I couldn't pass it up. Not for the price that the guy gave me. And I was really, really excited. Finding this figure on card at the low price I found it was really the highlight of my day today. And that's not the only one I got from that vendor. Last but not least, again, the same vendor had this. I've never seen this figure before out in the wild anywhere. I've seen a few of them online, and the price can be a little high. Maybe not for you, but for me. But the guy gave me a really good deal on this figure. Effentman, Jabba's head of security. Another one for Jabba's palace. And this is a really, really cool figure. And as far as 3.75-inch figures go, this is probably the biggest one of all of them. He's huge. I mean, look how wide that bubble is, how deep it is. And compare him to Chewbacca. This guy looks like he could whoop Chewbacca's butt, actually. I think he could. But unless he isn't very smart. Chewbacca's actually pretty smart. Who am I kidding? Chewbacca, I'd take him. But strength alone, no. This guy's a giant. But yeah, that's a super cool figure. Yeah, finding those two on card today at a price that I was okay with was really the highlight of my day. Probably the highlight of um, my flea market excursions since COVID restrictions were lifted, since the flea markets opened back up. Those are my best two finds by far. And that's about all I've got for right now for today. That's it. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribe to the channel, drop me a comment. If you're new here, just comment, say hello. Till next time, thanks for watching.